is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video here inside the nerdy realm within the multiverse. Today we have a little bit of a different video as we are trying to expand our channel's reach and talk about even more nerdy things with you. So starting today and from now on, we will also be covering The Boys, which some of you may have heard about recently as it has been extremely popular lately. Just recently I decided to get into the series myself after hearing so much about it, and after getting all the way through the first two seasons and now being fully caught up with the series and now on season 3, I can finally get to making videos on the weekly episodes that are released on Fridays. So today we will be going back through the 5th episode of season 3, titled The Last Time to Look on This World of Lies. Obviously there will be tons of spoilers in this video as we'll be covering a bit of previous episodes and seasons that are referenced and that we were unable to talk about, and of course we're going to go back through this week's episode and give our thoughts on it. So this is your spoiler warning now. If you don't want to hear anything spoilery, feel free to come back here once you have caught up with the show yourself. So far this show has been absolutely incredible. Obviously there are a ton of funny and completely abnormal and strange things that happen in this show, but that is a major factor that plays into it all. And even with all of the wacky stuff going on, this show still gives us such an interesting and compelling story that leaves you wanting the next episode already. The 3rd season is really focusing on finally taking down Homelander and finding the weapon that is capable of doing so, which the boys have tracked down to Russia in the last episode, where they found an old soup known as Soldier Boy, who was the first to be supposedly killed by this weapon. However, they found Soldier Boy alive, and it seems as if his powers that he has now is the weapon that can take soups down, as when he shot Kimiko with the blast, it completely took her powers away, giving us the idea that he is the weapon to take Homelander down, which we get more of and hear more about in this episode. So let's go back through this episode and touch on everything major that happened, and then we can give our thoughts on it. Now that Stan Edgar is at least potentially gone and out of Vought, as he was the one in the CEO role, and we see in this episode that now Ashley is in that position, of course, until Homelander walks in and takes her seat as he wants to take it all over. As we see, he has been putting Soups into Vought's professional positions, as we see Deep put into the surveillance area where he ends up firing most of the staff. We see that Soldier Boy has arrived back in the US, where he loses control once and destroys a building, and then we learn that he is going to visit the Crimson Countess, who was his former lover when they were part of the team known as Payback. Butcher, Huey, and MM end up intercepting this and getting to the Crimson Countess first, where we get a little hint or the idea that Payback actually set Soldier Boy up and that they were the reason he was taken away, just to be held and tortured in Russia for years and years. So now it seems that Soldier Boy is going after the people that did him wrong, as he ends up killing the Crimson Countess, and we know that Black Noir was a part of this team in his earlier days, so I wonder if Soldier Boy will be looking for him now. Speaking of Black Noir, however, Maeve and Homelander meet and have their usual heated conversation where they talk more of their past and what their relationship was, but it was a setup, and Black Noir comes in from behind her and the camera cuts off, so we can assume that Black Noir is aiding Homelander and taking Maeve in, or taking her somewhere to deal with her or something else like that, as we know her and Starlight were two of the major members of the 7 that want to take Homelander down. As we know, Homelander has been taking down any type of threats like that want to take him down and that are plotting things behind his back, as last episode he killed Supersonic. It also looks like we are going to be getting a big team up or alliance between the boys and Soldier Boy, as Butcher made a deal with him and Huey walk off with Soldier Boy at the end of the episode. We may also be seeing Butcher going down a dark and similar path that he did in the comics, where he ended up giving all of the boys Compound V, but then once Homelander was actually taken down, he swore to take down anyone with Compound V in their bodies, including the boys, where he then became a villain himself. Obviously though, the TV series is much different and has been taking a completely different path in this story compared to the comics, so it's not always certain what we will see happen in the story or to our characters. I can also really see Homelander losing his powers, maybe not permanently, but I can see him losing them after getting into a fight with Soldier Boy, and we see him as more of a human, as this season he has been letting it all out and saying that he is better than humans in every single way, so it would be kind of ironic to see him become a human himself after losing his powers to Soldier Boy. I am a bit worried for both Maeve and Starlight, as we know Maeve was just captured, but also we know how terrible Homelander can be. I have a bad feeling that Maeve may not make it get out of this season, and we may see her get a similar death to hers in the comics, as we have been seeing her train with her sword a lot. Huey seems to be getting almost addicted to the new V-24. He says he is doing it to protect Starlight, but after last episode and this one, him walking away from her to go with Soldier Boy and Butcher while on V-24 has me worried that he is going to start going down a dark path with Butcher. I'm very interested and excited to see where this story goes and what is going to happen to the boys and the Seven. So far, this series has been nothing but amazing, fun, funny, and it also has a very interesting story with it too, and that has kept me hooked through every single episode through these 3 seasons, and it allowed me to be able to binge through this show super quick and to get caught up in almost 3 days only. Every single actor that is a part of this series does a phenomenal job, and Anthony Starr really takes the role of Homelander to another level. He is such a terrifying and psychotic character, and it feels like one of those iconic villains that we see all of the time. I seriously have absolutely nothing negative to say about this series, and I am loving every episode so far, and this could really end up being my favorite comic book TV series of all time with how good it is. But with all of that being said, that's about it for our first video on the Boys series and for this breakdown and review of the 3rd season's 5th episode. If you are also watching this series, make sure to let us know what you think of it so far, and let us know what you thought of this episode, and maybe even what your theories are for what's to come next. As always though, if you are feeling extra nerdy today, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on to help support the channel and to get more nerdy content from us. And if you wish to support us even further, feel free to check out the links in the description. And as I always say, thank you all for watching. We will see you all the next time that we go through and explore the nerdy multiverse.